Hey, how's it going everybody? Soul here, and if you haven't heard, we are apparently getting a new character revealed to us for Pokken Tournament on November 1st. Now the general consensus is that we are going to be getting Empoleon since he's the last of the characters that were dug up in the data mine from version 1.3. While I personally think this could be the case as well, the chance of a 7th generation Pokemon is not out of the question at all, considering that Sun and Moon are literally right around the corner. And we have a lot of 7th gen Pokemon revealed already. So I decided, you know what, let's just throw together a fun little video. Top 5 7th generation Pokemon for Pokken Tournament. These are all going to be officially revealed Pokemon so far, so no spoilers at all. Let's go ahead and get into it. For the number 5 spot, I decided to put all 3 of the starters. Now, I'm not saying all 3 starters are going to make it in at once, no. All I'm saying is that all 3 have equal chance in my opinion. Decidueye, Incineroar, and Primarina are all characters I can see making it into this game. But if I had to choose, I'd probably say Incineroar makes the most sense. However, we have way too many fire types as it is. Decidueye, I think, stands almost equally as much chance. We don't really have a ton of grass types, and Ghost could always use more representation. Primarina, I don't really see how she can work. However, they made Suicune work, so you know what? Why not? Let's have another water type rep. To class each one of them, I would say most likely Incineroar would definitely be a power type. Decidueye would probably be either a speed or technical type, and Primarina would probably be a technical or standard type. I know it's a little bit of a cop-out putting all 3 of these here, but honestly I couldn't really choose between them. However, hashtag Team Rowlet all the way, let's go. Up next we have the new grass type, Laurentis. Now I'm actually somewhat excited for this Pokemon. I think it's going to be a pretty fast, physical attacking grass type, which we really don't have a lot of in the Pokemon games. I could see this Pokemon transferring pretty well as long as its stats back up its look. It would probably be a speed class character with low damage, short combos, adopting kind of a hit and run playstyle. And come on, could you just imagine that burst attack using its new signature move, Solar Blade? Whether she makes it into Pokken or not, I'm still pretty excited for this Pokemon. I want to see what it can do. Taking the bronze, we have the new pseudo-legendary Pokemon, the Dragon Fighting type, KOMO. I don't really know what else to say about this. I mean, this thing looked like it was built for this game. It'd probably be a standard or power type character with above average health, probably around Suicune level. I could see this Pokemon working similar to like Balrog from Street Fighter, where he's kind of slow, kind of defensive, but has an extremely powerful punish game, really strong burst movement, and high damage combos. And everybody's been kind of wanting a boxer type character in the game anyway. Its description clearly states its strongest move is its uppercut. So let's get this thing into Pokken so it can sky uppercut us into the stratosphere. Taking second place, I have a kind of weird pick, but I would love to see this thing work. We have Type Null and or Silvally. Now you're saying like, why would you have both here? Well, I'll tell you, my friend. Now, I know Silvally is technically an evolution, but pretty much the way Type Null evolves is it just breaks its helmet, you know? So what if Type Null was just the standard Pokemon, and whenever it goes into its burst mode, it breaks the helmet, and Silvally comes out, and that's your burst mode Pokemon. I know it makes like no real sense in like the actual games itself, but you know what? Whatever. I think it's a really cool idea, and it in turn kind of represents 2 Pokemon in one. Also, the only 2 types left unrepresented in Pokken are the normal type and the rock type. So while technically Silvally can be any type, Type Null covers up your normal type perfectly. Type Null and Silvally not only look like they're going to be very important to the Sun and Moon story, which that's enough to really give it a good chance, but they're probably going to also have pretty large move pools to pull from to make a moveset. And there you go. I know it doesn't make a ton of sense in the actual Pokemon games, You can't really like devolve, but I just think it'd be a really cool idea, because all type null really has to do to evolve is break off that helmet, and it does that whenever it feels trust in its trainer. And that's kind of the whole concept of synergy, is you synergize with your trainer in the game, and it breaks that limit, and you go ahead and mega evolve, or you go into your synergy burst mode. And besides, in my opinion, this thing looks awesome. Like, I want to see it work. I want to see another quadrupedal Pokemon. Let's make it happen. This just makes a lot of sense to me. Alright, now before we go ahead and get into the numbers 1 spot, we have a couple honorable mentions. First, we got Beware, everybody's lovable little stuffed animal teddy bear thing. Yeah, I'll be honest, guys, I don't really like this design. This was the first Pokemon that I was actually disappointed with in this generation. But anyway, normal type, so covers up that, and it looks like it's going to have the moveset to match being a fighting type. Donald Trump Weasel, Gumshoes, because you know what, why not? It's seems like it's going to be a pretty popular Pokemon. I see a lot of people liking it, so I could see it work, and again, normal type. And last but not least, Mimikyu, because why not? Let's have 3 Pikachus! But also, I see a lot of potential in this little guy. The whole fact that it's an actual Pokemon hiding under a cloth, it could pretty much do anything. Why not? And taking the number 1 spot, you already saw this coming, but who cares anyway, Lycanroc. Yeah, Lycanroc has been brought up since Rockruff as one of the poster boys of this generation, similar to how Lucario and Zoroark were done in generations past. Now, the unique thing about Lycanroc is it does, of course, have the 2 different forms based on the version that you're playing. Now, I would love to see both forms represented. I know it seems like it's going to be a little bit difficult, but if you think of it about it similar to like a Zelda/Sheik scenario, I don't see why it can't work. My idea is that in field phase, you have the day form, and you get to run around, you get to throw rocks and projectiles, you're pretty fast, and so you have good 3D movement, and it allows you to get in quickly. But whenever you transfer into dual phase, you'll change into the midnight form. You'll lose a little bit of speed, but probably gain some more power. Again, I know it doesn't really make a lot of sense in the context of the games, but who cares? I just really like the idea of having 2 Pokemon represented in one. You could do something similar to what I suggested with Silvally and Type Null. Wherever he goes into Burst, the Midnight form might come out, or vice versa. But I don't know. I don't really think that works for this Pokemon as well. Another way I could see it working is sort of like Idol from Killer Instinct, where you'll randomly switch between forms, but you know, obviously like not in the middle of combos or anything like that. That would be kind of messed up. But yeah, I just think it'd be kind of a weird little idea. However, I would much prefer the field/dual phase transformation. And yes, I know everybody saw this one coming, but you know what? It makes the most sense of any 7th generation Pokemon. Since Rockruff was announced, they've always said something about this Pokemon being special. And whenever we saw its Lycanroc forms, that just blew it out of the water. Like, they really want this Pokemon to be popular. And you know what? No reason not to. It looks pretty cool in both forms, and it pretty much has people split right down the center which one they like more. I know it's a little bit of a stretch to maybe have both of them in here, but I just think it'd be a really neat concept, and as you could tell with my selection with Type Null and Silvally, I just really like the idea of having 2 Pokemon represented at once. There you have it, my top 5 picks for 7th generation Pokemon to make it into Pokken Tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to, you can click any of the thumbnails on the video right here. It'll take you to some more Pokken Tournament content. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You have any ideas of your own for 7th generation Pokemon to make it into Pokken Tournament? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion. So with that, look forward to seeing you guys next time. Deuces.